Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear respected brothers, sisters, and elders in Iman, you are all welcome again to my channels. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect and guide us. Allahumma ameen. Inshallah, we are taking ourselves through the supplications and then the dua or invocations taught by our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we are encouraging ourselves. Majority of us, we have learned this particular supplications, but indeed we are not putting it into practice, and a lot of us who we haven't learned it. So we encourage ourselves to make an attempt and learn this particular supplications. Indeed, it will help us a lot in life. We all know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Quran, inna shaytana lakum aduwwun fattakhidhuhu aduwwa. Allah ta'ala also said, innahu lakum aduwwun mubin. Shaitan is a very clear, live and colored enemy to us. He's a very clear enemy to us. Then Allah Ta'ala said we must also take him as an enemy. So all the time there is war and then conflict between us and shaitan, la'anatullahi alayhi, and then the shayateen. There is a war between us. And we are talking about a spiritual war. It is not the matter of carrying your machine gun or AK-47. This is a spiritual war. No matter how you carry your weapons physically, it will not benefit you and you can never win the game. So inshallah, in order for us to be able to overcome our enemy, shaitan la'anatullahi alayhi, and then the shayateen, the only solution is to stick hold to the teachings and then the thoughts by our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that are the supplications that he taught us in the authentic ahadith. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us understanding. Al-Imam Hakim reported a hadith in his Mustadrak, even though some of the scholars is having problem with this particular hadith because there is inqita'. Al-Imam Mundhiri also reported a hadith in Targhib wa Tarhib, also Al-Imam Abu Ya'la in his Musnad. Abu Huraira and then Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu anhuma, they reported that beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ad-du'a'u silahul mu'min ila akhir al-hadith. Supplications are the weapons of a believer. Any Muslim brother or sister who doesn't have supplication dua in your life, know that you are working with that weapons and you are going to face your enemy. Day in, day out, 24/7, there is a battle between us, shaitan, and the shayateen. Yes, they doesn't rest, they doesn't sleep all the time. They want to mislead us, or they just want to put us into troubles and then trials and then sorrow and anxieties and what have you. So when you are working without your weapons, how are you going to defeat your enemy? That is just a question. So my dear viewers, wallahi, we should go back and take the sunnah, the teachings, and then the dua of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وَمَا آتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. Whatever our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he taught us, we should hold it, and whatever he prohibited us, we should run away from it. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us understanding. So every believer, you must understand that your weapons that you are going to fight against shaitan spiritually, that is not a physical war. It is a spiritual war. Day in, day out, shaitan is defeating the ummah. Why? Because they don't have weapons. They have thrown their weapons away and they are chasing different and all together. So let us try to practice the dua when you are leaving your house, when you are entering your house, the toilet, when you are to enter a car, writing, eating, drinking, wearing your clothing, whatever situation, to have sunnah, to have relationship with your spouses or your wife or your husband, we should try to make this particular dua and invocation. When the children are to go to school, you make dua for them. Wallahi, all the time shaitan is following us just to put us into problems and then trials and what have you. So the only thing that can protect us is to stick hold to the teachings and then the supplication of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Forget about the ring that you kept in your finger. Forget about what you tie on your waist. Forget about whatever you put in your pocket. My brother, all this can never help us and it can never protect us. except the guidance of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa khayr al-hadi hadi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So let us take hold to the sunnah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we shall get protection, and subhanallah, we shall get salvation, and then also peace in our living and our workplaces and in our houses. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us and grant us understanding. Wa akhir dawana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.